Hello guys, Inslayerclone here, back again, in this prison. And it's not summer yet, but you can practically call it summer now. Everyone's dressed up as summer. I mean, it is what it is. So, long waited video about why I hate summer 2026. So let's get right into it. You know, if you've not watched my other videos and stuff about summer, well, you probably can't watch them anymore because YouTube decided I was corrupted, so toxic, and almost took my channel down. Had to delete a lot of videos. So yeah, I had to preserve the channel and stuff, and that's pretty much what I did. So, but anyway, guys, I should be like happy with my life and happy with everything I'm doing, which I am happy. I'm not saying I'm not going to the gym and stuff like that, whatever. I guess, like I said in my last video about becoming the thing that I hate, which I'm somewhat status maxing now. I'm doing status maxing, like you see what those people doing. But the fact of the matter is, I just don't understand. Like I'm outside always in all seasons, not just not just summer, but winter also. I'm outside in winter. I'm outside in spring and stuff, you know. But when summer comes around, oh, everyone has to come out, because the sun is out. I know, like, there's health benefits of the sun, like vitamin D and all that. So why can't people come out in the winter? You know, when everywhere is cold and freezing. You know, I need their rumination out there as well. But nope, they don't want to do their rumination in the winter. They want to do it in the summer. You know, I'm just relaxing on the bench in summer. I relax every day. If it's freaking winter time, it's January, I'm relaxing. Freaking spring, I'm relaxing. Autumn, every day. No escape when it comes to relaxation, when it comes to what I need to get to towards. And yes, I'm not saying like summer is not beautiful. It can be beautiful, especially if you're in like the countryside and stuff. Like when you see the land itself as a from a picturesque perspective, you just standing just looking at it, look at the land with all the trees and stuff and the grass. When we see some people walking about, yes, that's beautiful. But there is still a level of darkness in it, you know? There's still a level of darkness, right? Because some animals are being hunted and stuff, and they're going to get eaten up in the summer for dinner and for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, whatever. Some animals are also getting or in hibernation. Well, I don't know what animals in hibernation is. In summer, I might have to do research on that. But yeah, I just don't really enjoy the summer, because the same people that don't value spring, or I don't know, people do value spring, but autumn, winter, and stuff are the same people because they like they're preparing for like the beach body, right? That's the whole purpose that people go to the gym around spring. Or I'm preparing for beach body. Well, I'm not preparing for a beach body. The only reason why I started going to the gym, so well, I went to start going to the gym in spring. I went on holiday in the winter. Actually, spent a lot of time on holiday in winter. Did a lot of things in the winter, you know. But I'm not preparing to go to the beach, right? I'm not doing that, That's why I'm not preparing. Why I do this stuff in the summer. It's the reason why I started because well, it's that I was very motivated in spring and I started going to the gym. I don't know who really motivated me. I think some guy at my workplace, talks about I have a good figure to start going to the gym. But it was actually more other factors and stuff. It's actually a lot of things. It was just that was he was one of the like catalysm because I actually had started try. I wanted to go to the gym last year and stuff, but I didn't really have a motivation or it's not really discipline. I didn't really have a reason to go to the gym. Why am I going to the gym? I had applied for it, and then I just my gym membership's just been wasting it. I mean, imagine if I started went to the gym last spring September. I would look like an absolute beast right now. But yeah, at least we're hitting those targets now, so that's all that matters. Things happens, guys. You can't blame everything on the future. You just have to mobilize yourself and stuff like that. And I think that's what happened. I mobilized myself, and now getting where I need to get towards. That's what it's all about, mobilizing ourselves. You know, but the video I haven't really come across why I hate the summer. Well, it's like I said, many factors reason why I hate the summer. This is the time of year that people show their assets off. When they're like bodies and stuff like that, maybe they're what do I call it? Um, tables, no, not tables, what do I call it? What's the term? Not table. The materialistic goodness, like if they have like a good body or like a have a good car and stuff or good watch or good yeah, you know what I mean. I don't need to explain it. You probably know if you're watching my channel, you know what I talk about, you know what I mean. And that's what the summer is designed for, showing off. And I don't know about other countries like in Dubai where it's summer every day and stuff. Well, Dubai is not a country, it's a city. The UAE is a country. But yeah, every day they are like, you know, they're every day is summer there, so it doesn't really matter when when it comes to United Kingdom or America and stuff because every day in the UAE is summer. Same thing with Australia and Vietnam and Nigeria and stuff or South Africa. You know, because it's sunny every day. There's just natural day of life. I think the only problem is that when it comes to those countries, that a lot more tourists comes to those countries because it's summertime and you know when it's summer and stuff, people in the West most likely take their holidays during those times, you know. But yeah, for me and stuff, summer's always been hell, Even though I'm born in the summer, you know, but for me, summer's just been hell, say, and I don't really enjoy summer particularly because I have nothing to do. Right, when you're just walking around endlessly, you know, oh well, I gotta consume this, I have to buy this. And now with the cost of living, you know, there is like no option, right? You have to spend money in the summer, right? That's what they want you to do because there's no options left, you know. But I guess the good thing is now, especially when I'm an adult now, I'm not in school anymore. I don't have to worry about like exams or anything because like in when you're like in GCSEs or A levels or you know, I don't know about university. I've never gone to university. I'm pretty sure they do it around May and stuff. All the exams, May, March, whatever. But yeah, this is around the time where the exams happen, right, in the United Kingdom, right, and people you get a lot of stress and stuff, right. Yeah, you have to do all this stuff so you can get a piece of paper, so you can get like a job. But eventually, it's not enough. It's not enough because all that hard work he thought he was doing to make your life better in like in GCSEs or A levels or even the university system, you know, getting like I don't know, getting a bachelor's and stuff doesn't really doesn't really count to anything because you're still stuck in the prison that, quite frankly, society put you there, and you've not realised it's a prison, you know. So once you realise it's a prison, then you start to come into yourself. It's like what David Goggins says about accepting darkness. Go through the dark because that's where you learn, right? Darkness is where you learn, right? And this is, I guess, that's the other reason why I love the winter so much, because the winter is where I learn things, truly learn things. Like I said before, I did a lot of activities in the winter. You know. Anyway, what I was talking about like how I learn in the winter. You know, I do all my advanced studying and learning in the winter. Right, that's where I truly come into myself because everywhere's dark. You know, no one's out here and stuff. I'm always out here in the winter. You know, while everyone's at home, in Belston in their heaters and stuff. I'm out here in the winter. In the dark. You know, and that's when you truly come into yourself. But in the summer, that's when the light comes, and you're not really. You're focused on the social aspect of life, right? The good things in life. You're not constantly thinking about the dark things. You know, because that's when people want to push away the dark. You know, people don't need to understand that darkness is good because because that's how you actually learn. You know, when you're suffering, when you accept suffering in your life, you're learning. You know, I mean, I've been running 30 miles, 30 minutes non-stop in the gym. You know, I can do that now. I plan to run 60 minutes with no stop, no rest. You know, at the gym in the future. But we have to do it one step at a time. We have to do it increase 5 minutes. Just like with the frog, when you're boiling the frog, right? You have to turn it up a little bit. That's what I'm doing with my mind and my body. I'm turning it up, and that's how I'm doing it. And yeah, this is not like the original videos that I made. I'm talking like I used to talk about materialism and financial gain and stuff, showing off and stuff like that. But because in last videos I made, like summer 2025, summer 2024 and 23 and stuff, I talked about the same materialistic things and stuff like that. No, today we're talking about from the within, right? Why I hate the summer from within, because to truly understand, you need to know what it is, who you are, and you're not gonna get that during the summer. The summer, in fact, you're gonna be far from that because you're constantly distracted with like music, constantly distracted with social events and family outings and you know um what do you call it? Just activities in general, right? You're constantly distracted. But in winter, that's when you become that's when you truly learn who you are as an individual, right? Because there's no distractions in the winter, right? You either studying, you're working to pay your bills and save money, or like you're ruminating and becoming more intelligent. You know, there is no like second guessing. So yeah, that's pretty much what I gotta say and stuff. I don't want to make this video that long because I've made multiple videos on why I hate summer 2025, 2024, 2023. But I do want to say that I am somewhat becoming the person that I hate. When in those videos I used to talk about because of my gym activities and stuff. Like I said before, I mean, I'm not like in the position like I used to be, like when I used to be angry about other people showing off. Because at the end of the day and stuff, if you put so much hard work in the gym, you should be validated to show off your win, your gains and stuff. It's just like like when you're playing a video game, right? You got like the highest rank, you show your gold gun camo and stuff, and Call of Duty and stuff, whatever. You worked very hard to get that. So I think it's not much of a difference. I think I've changed my opinion on that, I would say. However, it still stands that most people are going to the gym during like the springtime so they can show off for the summer, right? That's what they're going to the gym for. They're not going for the gym for like I want to be like this 24/7, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. No, they're going for that. This, they're doing this only for a specific time frame to show off, right? I'm not doing that. This is gonna be like daily routine until when I'm in the graveyard, you know. So, but yeah, I mean, like I said before, last summer and stuff, summer of 2025, a Monster Energy drink punchline, you know, was £1.75. Now it's £1.85 now in 2026. So things are not getting better; it's getting worse. But like I said, it's just the frog thing. When you turn the gauge up, you know, you're not gonna notice the hell that's coming. Well, I know the hell is coming because I understand what it is, what they're doing to us every day. You know, I mean, I'm not the only person. Of course, there's many thousands of people around the world, millions of people around the world. But but the difference is compared to those millions of people, they want to have a they want to go back to the 90s or the 80s where things were supposedly better, which was never 80s and 70s, 90s was never better and stuff. Maybe in the Western world, in particularly because protection of the borders and stuff like that. But there were still wars going on in the 80s and stuff, right? The 90s, I can't remember what wars were going on, but I'm pretty sure the Sri Lankan Civil War. I do know that one was going on, and I think Uruguay, when America invaded like Panama, whatever it's called, I don't know the country and stuff. That was in the 80s as well. You know, America invaded Paraguay or so. But yeah, in the 90s and stuff, I don't need to name names, but we know the Somali Civil War, the Yugoslavia, and the Gulf War and stuff. A lot of wars are going on in the 90s and stuff, and in the 80s, 70s as well. So, so this idea, like I said, when you subscribe, and even financially in the West, America and stuff, the people in America were suffering in the 80s. There's a lot of videos on YouTube, in fact, you can go watch right now of the financial situation of people in the 80s, 70s, and 60s, 70s, 60s, even. The idea and stuff that we are today in 2026, we are lying to ourselves that things were better because, well, I get to watch, the football and stuff in the pub with my friends and stuff, or listen to music, go to music conventions with my friends and stuff. Well, that's the reason why you're suffering today, because you're still validating the physical world. You still haven't come to your senses that it's always been like this in some capacity. Yes, it was much easier to get jobs back then, but you're still working like long hours and stuff that you don't want to do. You know, you don't want to do stuff for the rest of your life. You know, didn't change anything. Truly, didn't change anything. So, so when I hear people on TikTok and stuff, oh, the 90s and 80s are better. Well, they're not. They're not really logical, right? Because they have a feeling that things were better back then, but it was not better back then. You know, there's still house cuts and stuff, price cuts and stuff like that, and stuff like that. So yeah, this pretty much what I'm just trying to say. But anyway, guys, I have nothing else to say and stuff. That all I'm trying to say, just get used to it. Understand that there's nothing's gonna change and stuff. You still got people gonna be fighting over the fouls in the next 10 years, probably 5 or 10 years. So get used to it that we, the war is over and stuff, and build your own life. Preserve yourself, Put yourself first, you know. Don't become like Renegade, where to the point that thing is pointless. Because I do like Renegade 1, but he became too black pill to the point he didn't want it to exist anymore. And that's what happened, you know. All I'm trying to say, have a logical mindset. Still have that mindset, but don't take it too far, you know what I'm saying? To the point that it's going to make you not want to work anymore to exist in this realm. Unless if that's truly what you want, like he did. So you know. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoy this video. Let me know what you think about it and subscribe.